Hey, what is going on, LBHT crew? B, what's going on?
Found out today because this is not going to be in the later segment, but found out today Panthers have the best O-line in the league. When your turnaround, Dave Canales, Coach of the Year.
Okay, I just found out my camera was
You
facing the wrong
flipped
way.
there
Yeah.
just a second ago, so that was nice.
Yeah,
Didn't
we're
throw me
back.
off while I was talking at all.
I knew I was flipped
that.
around because if I'm looking to my left, I should be looking towards you, but I was looking right and I was like, something's off here. Okay. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well, but if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So wherever you're watching us, make sure you hit that like button, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio podcast, make sure you leave us a 5-star review because we're trying to grow on that side. Mm-hmm. But speaking of getting better, I need my day to get better too, okay? You know what I just had to do? I just had to order these kids McDonald's. Okay, April's working late. She's like, hey, I'm not going to be home in time to make dinner. Get them some food right as we're trying to prepare the show, right? Daughter wants McDonald's. I'm like, all right, going to have to, you know I hate these delivery fees. Had to DoorDash it, okay? Then the older son comes out. Hey, I want McDonald's too. After I already placed the order. So you know what that means? Two fees. Okay? I spent $40 on some McDonald's. Okay? You know what I could have... Those fees are like, I don't know, $5-6 delivery fee. Okay? You know what I could have done with those fees? I could have got myself a membership to patreon.com/LBHT Show. Okay? Because it's that's all it costs. Okay? It's just the cost of a DoorDash fee. All right? So make sure you just go and sign up. All right? That's all it costs. Patreon.com/LBHT Show for as little as $5. It's cheaper than those DoorDash fees. Go to patreon.com/LBHT Show. Sign up for a membership. Okay, you can hang out with us on the Overtime Show. You can hang out in our Discord. All right, if you want to spend money on two fees like I just did, okay, you can get yourself a nice little coin like this. All right, look at that.
I really didn't know where you were going with that. I was trying to think of something that cost $5. Was not successful.
Yeah, so sign up. It's a lot of fun over there. Okay, who we got here in the chat? Omar Tillman in the house. What's going on, Omar? Says, what's up, fellas in chat? Salute to you. Okay, we got our boy Hendo. Says, estoy aquí. What's going on, Hendo? Thanks for coming through. That means I'm here. Okay, like Pat Mahomes would say, I'm here. Just Alan, what's going on? Says, hello, LBHT fam. Lamar is on a mission and he has no time for half steppers. Facts. I be saying what's going on. Says, what up, LBHT? Who renamed Roquan Rosembic? And when did Justice Hill go from a Prius to a Porsche? Man, he's doing his thing. Salute to him. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up? What's up with you? Thanks for coming through, Daniel Berry. Osman, what's going on? Says Jose Brodny. Hello, and all the chat. Okay. Salute to you. D Weezy in the house. Salute D Weezy. Says 2 fees, saying they so. Man, it hurt my feelings. I was definitely mad about that. Like, you couldn't have said something 2 minutes earlier. Nope.
Why would they do that?
Because Jada6, what's going on? Says, but did you pay the express right to your fee? What? The express
they have a it's like $3 and they'll bring you your food first. Because they pick up multiple orders at a time.
You mean pay $3 extra?
Yes, on top of the other fees, it's $3.
This is McDonald's we're talking about. The fees already cost more than the food.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what Jay talking about. That's all.
Disgusting. What do young people say? Nasty work.
That's more for that's for real restaurants. So because it doesn't reheat as well. McDonald's, it don't matter. You can reheat McDonald's 50 times. It's gonna taste exactly the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, just drive and pick up your food. if I didn't have to do the show, I would have driven and picked it up. I would have spent half the money. Okay. I hate it. Kids, if you have kids, man, if you don't have kids, kids are a blessing. You have to throw that out there. They're a blessing. All right. But you will go from I got some money in my pocket, I'm good for the week, to broke. It just like that. Okay. With 3 simple words. Dad, I'm hungry.
Not if you learn how to say no.
Dad, can I get this? Okay. ZTB XTV says, "What up, LBHT? What's up, ZTB?" Says, to DoorDash McDonald's back to back is diabolical of the Ravens not going after the Ravens not going after Devontae Adams. I agree. I hate both things. I hate us not going after the talent. I hate having to pay 2 times for fees that I would never pay for. Okay. Let's see. We got Killer Cam in the house. What's going on? Says Ola Jose. Ola to you. Also, mucho gusto, Brodny.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
There you go. Just Alice says, Jose, I know you like chocolate chip cookies. All these specially selected chocolate chip cookies, they them. Okay. You know what? Challenge accepted. There's Aldi's at the mall, at the Columbia Mall. I'm gonna go. Yeah, they got grocery stores in the mall now. It's crazy. I'm gonna go right over there. Okay, say less. I'm gonna have some in my household tomorrow night. Okay. Let's see. DDSQ, what's going on? Says, what's good, y'all? What's good with you? See Iron Attic in the house. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Slippery Pete says, Justice Hill really improved, man. He got that speed kick. Yes, he's always had the speed. I think before he didn't have that vision. He didn't really know, He
wasn't under control.
Yes.
He was just kind of running wild and dropping the ball wherever he saw fit.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Chris. Shout out to Chris, just joking. Chris, hey.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, thank you, Chris, because of you, we have a court of public opinion tonight. If it weren't for what you sent in our DMs, we wouldn't have a court of public opinion. This is going to be a fun one. It's petty. It's petty, but we're going to do it. All right. Thanks to you, Chris. Appreciate you.
Right. Just Alan's so old.
He
said, I meant to type try them, but they them sound much, much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Accidentally hip.
Yeah, accidentally.
Oh, Lord.
He typed that. He said, ooh, went down the wrong road. Let me back up. Coach, what's going on? Says Coach and Chris sent me. Shout out to Coach.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, Coach, how far away from you from 1,000 or more sip to tally? I think he's just like a handful away, or he might have already crossed it. I don't know. You got Sip to Tally Films, like you see right there, and more Sip to Tally Films. Go over there and subscribe to more Sip to Tally Films. Get him to the 1,000 mark. Go over to the Sip to Tally as well. He just crossed 10,000, huge milestone. Now we gotta get him to 20,000. All right, so let's go. What's going on, Yolanda? Ravens talk with Yolanda.
Shout outs here,
huh?
Yolanda doesn't get any shout outs here.
What? Why not?
Because you know, if you don't know, Yolanda is co-owner in a team in our fantasy league. The co-owner, all right, we were negotiating the deal, and then Yolanda swoops in and was like, no, you can't have that person. So you know what? That's fine. It's cool. You don't have to make trades you don't want to make, but you also don't get shout outs on the show.
She hasn't wronged me, so I can give her a shout out.
Take it down.
Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Make sure you subscribe. What's going on, Jeremy? All right, let's speed this up. Jeremy's here. Slippery Pete, D Weezy. What's going on? Speaking of kids, here goes one right here. Here's our assistant producer. What you got? You want me to sign into Steam right now while I'm doing the show?
Well, okay. Well, I forgot you were doing the show anyway.
Okay, I'll do that afterwards. Okay. All right, go play.
I thought it was a relatively popular show, right? Not huge or anything, obviously, but I thought it was we're doing well. Nobody that we know knows we have a show on Wednesday, despite being told multiple times.
It's so true.
It's
every week.
Disgusting.
I get calls. Hey, what are you doing? Same thing I do every week at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time.
When you call me at the same exact time every week. Anyway. We gotta speed this up. We gotta get out of here.
Hey, salute to Jerry Green.
Turned my whole mood.
What's up, Jerry, man? Thanks for coming through. We're just venting, man. We're just venting. And Ferris is here. All right. So this is definitely gonna be a good show. Thanks for coming through, Ferris. We're gonna bring you up soon. All right. Ravens had a big win.
You
Ferris.
are not on the screen, bro.
Ferris.
Oh, every week.
I'm going to hit this mute. Do not unmute yourself, Ferris, for the love of God. Ferris is making all kinds of noise in the background, y'all. You can't hear him. And he unmuted himself.
We had already mentioned that you were here, Ferris. All right. Anyway, we gotta keep this moving. We gotta keep it going.
All right. This is already derailed. We got a lot to talk about, but first, we like to start every show with a Black History fact, and B and Nicole have a Black History fact for you.
Welcome to this week's Black History Fact. Thomas Sankara, the visionary leader of Burkina Faso from 1983 until his untimely assassination in 1987, was known for his radical policies and deep-seated commitment to social justice. Sankara's achievements were numerous and ambitious. He championed women's rights, encouraging their participation in education and the workforce. Environmentally conscious, he initiated a large-scale tree-planting campaign to combat desertification. Sankara also prioritized healthcare and education, striving to make them accessible. His administration was notable for its anti-corruption measures, leading by example with a modest lifestyle and reducing government officials' salaries. He invested heavily in infrastructure, focusing on roads and railways to bolster the country's development. Often dubbed Africa's Che Guevara, Sankara left an indelible mark on Burkina Faso. However, his revolutionary path was cut short when he was assassinated in a coup led by his close associate, Blaise Compaoré. To learn more, check out Thomas Sankara Speaks, The Burkina Faso Revolution, 1983 to 87.
Hey, salute to a real one. That's usually how their lives end, short. I be saying says Ferris going to get house trained one day. Good luck with that.
We'll see.
All right, let's bring him up.
Well, I mean, we want to go straight into some Ravens talk, or what are we doing here?
Well, Ferris has to come up so he can play all his sound effects. Okay, Ferris, get it off your chest. All right, I know you're excited. All right, we'll do that, and then we'll go into some Ravens talk. We'll do some Ravens talk.
All right, we're gonna go into the Ravens talk then. That's all I need to know. Thank you. And there he is.
You know what? I'm not going to play them because that sounded very disingenuous and kind of condescending. So no, you get no sound
play
effect.
it. You played it. You had to interrupt our show so you could play your sound effects.
You're not going to
get
one.
I told you.
You're not going to get
one.
All right, let's move on.
I feel like I am. I don't think you can contain yourself.
No, I can't contain myself.
I can see it on your face.
You know what? You see this? You see my finger? This is on the fader for the sound effects.
You know how I know I'm going to get one? You know how I know you're not going to get one?
You're not going to get one.
Because you're smiling. Okay.
You're not, I'm smiling because
Ferris always betrays himself.
I'm smiling because I'm gonna teach you a lesson. All right. It's not gonna
happen. Wow. He's gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Cool.
By the way, all right. If someone is supposed to get house trained, at least spell their name.
What's up,
right.
Rave Kingdom? Hey. Yes, it's Fares. Ferris Butana, okay, from the highlights. Salute to you, Ferris. Hey, thanks for coming through, Ferris. Really appreciate you coming through. Wasn't sure if you're gonna make it. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I was.
I'm glad you could immediately fade out right when you said that.
I wasn't sure if that was him and me.
My bad. I was at the doctor. I had a doctor's appointment. I thought I was gonna make it back in time because of traffic, but I made it. I made it in time. To hear the rant about fees.
There you go. There you go.
The fees are outrageous.
Yes, they are.
By the way, isn't it always awful how like it's always like, look at this great African leader. He was great until he was murdered by the West. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and, like, that's usually how any leader goes. That challenges capitalism, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's a coup. Who was that coup sponsored by?
Yeah, yeah. Also, right. Too, one part of my history minor, I had to take an African elective, and I took modern Africa. And in the process of modern Africa, we also had to go back in time. And we talked a lot about Patrice Lumumba. He was a big African. I believe was it the Congo, and Belgium in the West ended up killing him after he took control of the Congo.
Yeah. So it's good to learn about these things. We have an intruder here.
No. He's not an intruder. See, what happened was he was actually invited on the show when I thought that Ferris wasn't going to make it, and I hadn't gotten a response from Ferris. And then after I invited him, Ferris responded, and he was like, "I can make it if you want me if you will allow me on the show." He actually said, "I did not respond to Ferris." But here he is.
Anyway. Is always allowed on the show. You mean
no. Ferris said, if you will allow me, and I did not respond to Ferris.
Ferris is always allowed on the show too. You don't have to ask. Just show up.
Right. You know what?
Are we set up? Are we set up for 4 people?
We're gonna be set up in a minute. All right.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and just do just filibuster.
Okay.
We talked a lot about South Africa. South Africa was pretty nice in that class.
We're gonna get into some Ravens
topic. Filibustering, Ferris.
Oh, I didn't know.
All right, the Ravens coming off a big win. All right,
beat the brakes off of them.
Beat the brakes off of them. Okay, nobody saw that coming. I picked them to win. I expected them to play better, but sheesh. They dominated that game. And, to be honest, for the Bills, if you're a Bills fan, you can just write that off. Every team has a game like that. You can say, hey, we just didn't show up that night, right? But you don't have an excuse for getting beat down like that. You just got beat, right? And that's cool. But this week is also a big game. This is 3 weeks in a row that I'm saying that this is a big game for us because we had to win the Dallas game. Otherwise, we're pretty much out of the playoffs. We had to win this Buffalo game because really we didn't look good in the Dallas game. And we lose this Buffalo game. Chances of playoffs don't look good either. This is a must win as well because you have to show that you can be consistent. Talking about John Harbaugh in particular, because this is what John Harbaugh does. Big games, back against the wall, they show up. The games that you should just dominate, you don't show up. And you also lose. Okay, we had no business losing to the Raiders, none whatsoever. Same thing goes with the Bengals. They're a bad team right now. They struggle to find wins, but they do have talent on the team. So if you just go in there and just not take it seriously, they can win the game. So we need to go out there with the same type of urgency that we did the last 2 weeks and handle them. Will we do it? I don't know. What do you think, Ferris?
I think you guys can. I believe it. Because I think Lamar came by the reins, right? And now it's like the energy's funneling through him instead of the coach. Because we've seen it. Teams have won Super Bowls in spite of their coaches. You know what I mean? The Ravens have in 2010, right, or 2012. Do you really give John Harbaugh credit for that run, or was it when Joe Flacco was on a heater and everything just kind of clicked? You know what I mean? And then you have Raheem Moore make that catastrophic overcorrection on his coverage to Jacoby Jones. That seals the game. So teams have won in spite of their coaches. People used to think Doug Peterson was a great coach, but now people are saying, like, is he really that good of a coach? Look what's happening in Jacksonville. Yeah. You know what I mean? So did Philly win in spite of Doug Peterson that year? You know what I mean? With Trey Burton and Nick Foles. Maybe not, because Doug Peterson was very good that year and overall the team was very good. But yeah, you can win in spite of your coaches. It happens all the time. When Brian Billick won in 2000, was everyone saying, yeah, they won because of Brian Billick? You know what I mean? No, it's like, no, they won because their defense would kill people every week. You know what I mean? So you can, if you have a strong core foundational leadership piece within your players, it's possible. And I think Lamar is finally taking the point. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. Y'all playing below standard. We gonna win. And he's not as happy-go-lucky as he used to be, right? He's now serious. He's like, I'm cool having fun and all, but no more fun. Fun's done. We're done having fun. We need to win. And you need to get off of Instagram. I don't care about your movie takes. Stop spoiling Endgame. Get off your podcast. Shut up. Play corner. Catch the ball. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And I like that from Lamar.
Yeah.
Sick and tired of the bullshit, man.
First of all, welcome, Hendo. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I don't think you can see me because I can't see me.
You can't see you?
We can see
the
you.
audience can
You
see
can see me? Oh, cool.
Yeah, everybody can see you.
We see the pythons, my guy.
Okay.
But
I have one question. Who got the police knocking at their door?
No, it was me. I was knocking on my desk.
Oh. Need to give a shout out to my son and the associate producer of this podcast. This is his YouTube channel, Jacob Ninja King. It's his second video on he says FY page. I think he meant his channel. I think he put up a video. He posts a lot of Minecraft stuff. He loves Minecraft. So go check him out, Jacob Ninja King. Okay. What's going on, Raven C? Said, brother, what's good? Showing y'all love in the workplace. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, but yeah. Okay, Hendo.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on the game last week and the Bengals game this week.
Though it was an outstanding game by the Baltimore Ravens. Their offensive coordinator, what is it, Joe Brady? He tried to blame the loss on that one trick play, even though the Ravens dominated in every facet of the game. To me, the thing that stood out was the Buffalo Bills had won, 41 straight games. I think it was 41 no, they didn't lose since 2021 by more than 6 points. And they had 41 straight games where they scored more than 10 points per game. So that showed you how dominant the Ravens actually were during this game, because they set a bunch of records defensively. So shout out to Zach Orr for figuring out what he was doing with the coaching job and stop reading out of the playbook and actually looking at the game and figuring out what the weakness of that team was. Buffalo came in 3-0, touted as the best team in the NFL, and the Ravens showed them what was up. So I think it was a great win for the Ravens. It was a great boost for us to hopefully get something started. Now, back in 2019, the Ravens also started the season 2-2, had 2 bad losses, and then they went on to win 12 straight. So hopefully this can be the start of something great. Hopefully this can be a run towards the number 1 seed, and this time actually making it to the Super Bowl. And as far as the Cincinnati Bengals go, like you said, it's a divisional matchup. It's anybody's game. Joe Burrow is 3-1 versus the Ravens in Cincinnati, so they can beat us. But the Bengals defense not playing the run very well. Like, they can't stop the run, and we seem to have gotten our run game going. So if we can stick to that formula and stop doing Raven-like things where we get hot with something one week and then try something different the next, I think the Ravens can come out and win.
Hey, Levi. I did just block you from the channel. He's like, I hope I don't get censored on this channel like I did from Coach's channel for speaking my opinion. I'm gonna tell you something, man. We are all friends here. Like, Coach is our friend in real life. So if he has a problem with you, then we got a problem with you. All right? Stop trolling. So
zero awareness points calling attention to yourself too.
Right. I saw your comment you made earlier. I was gonna let it slide, but you want to keep trolling, so now you're gone. All right. You want to create another account and subscribe, get our subscriber numbers up. That's on you. We'll ban you again. Feel free.
Speaking of trick plays with Joe Brady, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A great coach once said about the fumble Ruski. If those words have to run the fumble rooski, according to Nebraska, come to the sidelines and party because they've given up their right of manhood. If you ain't doing trick plays as an offensive coordinator, that means you ain't got nothing in the bag because your original game plan don't work no more because you've been shut out and taken out of commission. So shout out to Zacho for doing that. Shout out to Howard Schnellenberger as well for saying that comment.
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with Howie on that one. You over here sounding like Joey Porter Sr. You do what works, Ferris.
Yeah.
And if they're not expecting it and they can't defend it, that's on them. Okay.
Yeah. That's the only thing that was good that was working, and it didn't work anything else. So you know what I mean?
But did it work though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was too. Yeah, I cut the game off at halftime because the game was already over.
It wasn't over. We're gonna talk about that. Kim Taylor, what's going on? Kim is actually a Chiefs fan, but she supports the show. Appreciate you, Kim. She says, "Great game. Derrick Henry showed out. Think they can carry it through the end of the season. Wow. Hopefully, when they meet the Chiefs again, Lamar won't lose his cool or confidence." I'm just saying. You know, she got to throw the shot at the end. She got to throw the shot. I don't think Lamar lost his cool or confidence in that game. You know, it was just a little tippy toe that the difference in that game. But can they keep it going throughout the season? That is the question. Derrick Henry is the big question, right? When we talk about Derrick Henry, and me and B had our issues with them signing Derrick Henry and that being the only move, it's his age, right? And I know they had that same concern. They told you that after the Chiefs game that they didn't want to run him that many times, right? He only had 13 carries in that game. People were wondering why so very few carries. And they say, hey, we don't want to run him, 30 times a game, meaning we don't really want to give him that many carries. We want to keep him fresh. But when you drop 2 games in a row, you can't drop 3. All that goes out the window, right?
On the rock.
So
2 straight games of 24 carries.
Yeah, but do they want to keep that going? I don't think so. I think that was just, hey, we're desperate. We need to get back ahead a little bit, and the Bengals are coming up. Let's reel it back a little bit. I don't expect them to get that many carries in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to depend, right? Like, he got that many carries against Dallas and Buffalo because those guys can't stop the run, right? Now, Dallas is just, I mean, I don't know what's going on in Dallas. They're awful defensively. Buffalo has a lot of injuries in their front seven. And so, they were able to just go ahead and control the game on the ground. Cincinnati's not a good team. They're not playing well right now, but they have 2 great wide receivers, and we'll still call him a great quarterback for now in Joe Burrow. And if they get the ball first and they score, or if they stop Baltimore on their first possession and then they get a lead, I think that's gonna discourage Baltimore from continuing to run. That's what happens with every offensive coordinator. We know for certain it happens in Baltimore. I mean, it happens to the extreme in Baltimore. So it's going to be about, Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman. I mean, they're not bums or anything, but they're not Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Right?
Sure.
So it's going to be, can that secondary show up again? Can they continue to get pressure on Joe Burrow the way they did on Josh Allen? And can they keep those guys from moving the ball and putting up points? And can they control the game with their ground game like they have the last couple of weeks? Like I said, if they get down, that's probably going to be the end of the Derrick Henry show for at least a week.
The good news is Cincinnati loves giving up chunk plays. So Bateman, Zay, you've been having some down weeks. This is a week to get up.
Yeah, man, and they don't have Eli Apple to blame. So
yeah. Oh, what's going on, Davon? Thanks for coming through. Paying the bills. I see you. I see Darren in the house too. What's going on, Darren? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all. He said, Darren said, King Henry is keeping his fantasy team alive. They're 4-0. Hey, salute to your fantasy team. I think Zay goes crazy this week. He's due. That's what Jack Captures says.
Yeah, I
agree.
Yeah, because I don't really trust.
Find some good balance. Oh, go ahead, Ferris.
No, I don't really trust Cincinnati's corners. Really, like it's Cameron Taylor, Britton. You don't even know who the other guy is. They got rid of Jesse Bates because they're like, we don't pay our good players except a quarterback. So Jesse Bates left. That's how Cincinnati operates. They always lose their best players. They always leave. Either they stay left or they always come back on a discounted rate, like Michael Johnson did with Tampa Bay. He came back for like a cheap deal from Marvin Lewis. But yeah, Jesse Bates is playing very well in Atlanta, and now their back end is like it's Jordan Battle, Cameron Taylor, Britt,
Dax Hill.
Dax Hill.
And Dax Hill's fine. Y'all leave Dax Hill alone. Cam Taylor Britt is playing as one of the worst corners in the league right now. I mean, listen, Deontay Johnson abused that man all day. So I think that Zay can do it, but it's a matter of how many passing plays they decide to call this week.
And he got ripped out by that college offense Washington operates as, that he talked about.
I think, I mean, he was talking trash about Cliff, and I don't ever have any problem with that.
I never do either.
Yeah, but they got torn up.
You gotta back it up.
Yeah,
I mean, so they have Geno Stone and Von Bell.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, he didn't look good.
Former Raven and former Panther.
Yeah, and Mike Hilton, I think former Steeler.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Well, the only one that's actually a continued is Von Bell, but I think he was in New Orleans before that, though, right?
He was in Carolina.
He was in Cincinnati before.
Yeah.
So I think so I don't really trust his back end. So Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers should have a great game.
And BJ Hill is out, right? Like he's not playing.
BJ Hill, he's questionable currently, but I'll double check. I got you.
Chris Jenkins Jr. playing though.
I think this is a good week.
They're limited.
Okay.
They're limited.
I think this is a good week
he's ruled out.
Okay, he's out. I think this is a good week for Justice Hill to get more carries.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's been playing really well, consistently well through all these games. Leading receiver last week. Explosive. If you want to give Derrick Henry a rest, give Justice Hill the rock a little bit more this week. All right.
Correction.
Okay, what's the correction?
It's looking like BJ Hill will be playing Sunday.
Bruh.
It's just ruled out. Yeah. You just had him ruled out first.
Well, no, if you believe, I didn't want to believe it because the dude's Twitter name was Local 12 Skinny. I was like, that's not a real account. So I clicked on it, and it's the local Fox guy in Cincinnati. So I'm like, okay, that is.
But you went from questionable to doubtful to out.
I know exactly, but a good reporter corrects their mistakes
in real time.
In real time, I did it.
Okay.
All
right. Who are we picking to win this game? Is everybody picking the Ravens this week?
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, picking the Ravens in a close one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Within a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm gonna say by like 10 points.
I'm gonna say 28-24.
Oh, you weren't supposed to get the actual score yet.
No, I'm sorry.
Not until.
They're gonna win by 14.
But hold it. I thought last time y'all said we were supposed to give the score while we were talking, not the predictions. Now we back to that.
Listen, it changes to whatever we feel like at the moment. Have to keep up.
That's why I don't question it.
So,
my bad.
I don't recall that. All right, let's keep this moving because this is a disaster of a show so far. I really want to. No. Okay, look, we about to pick it up because we're gonna talk some Panthers and we gotta get to court of public opinion. And this is Petty Zay coming out a little bit. Okay, this is Petty Zay in this court of public opinion.
What?
But
that's crazy.
I don't care. Okay, let's talk about the Panthers. Man, the Panthers. They caught some of that Ravens fever, man. They got that injury bug. We passed it on to them.
Yeah, Shaq Thompson out for the year, tore his Achilles. They're missing most of their starters on defense, but luckily, as I mentioned, Jose, they weren't very good anyway. So who really cares, right? you're coming into this game against Chicago, and it's kind of one of those movable force versus the resistible object, or movable object versus the resistible force, because you got one of the worst rushing teams in the league in Chicago, and a team that can't really stop the run in Carolina, and it's like, let's just bang into each other and see who wins, I guess. You got Caleb Williams, who is just money under 10 yards. And is lost money over 10 yards. He cannot complete passes down the field at all, largely due to an offensive line who cannot block and give him the time that he needs to read the defense, give the receivers the time to get down the field and get open. But Carolina also cannot put pressure on the opposing quarterback. So another fascinating matchup to see who is going to win, like which inept side is going to step up, take that half step up and get the win for their team. On the other side of the ball, though, Chicago has one of the top defenses in the league, right? Which is a bit of a concern for Carolina. They're great against the short passes, which is kind of Carolina's bread and butter at this point. Carolina I think is going to have to run the ball a lot with Chuba Hubbard and try to shorten the game. You take possessions away from Chicago, keep them off the field. And I think that they can do it. The O-line has been playing much, much better this season than they were last year. And, if they can get out there and get Chuba Hubbard going, maybe get Miles Sanders involved as well, I think that they'll be able to hold up enough on defense to get the win.
How did you like Xavier Leggett this week, Brodny? 6 catches, 66 yards, a touchdown.
Very, very. I was going to say impressed. I was like, I'm optimistic. I wasn't a fan of the pick. He had one season of any production at all in college, and it was his last season where he was a couple years older than everybody else on the field, and he, wasn't really winning in terms of his route running. He was just kind of bigger, stronger, faster. I'm going to catch the ball over you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But he looked good. He looked explosive, and I think they're going to continue to try and get him the ball. I think what I really want to see is them get Jonathan Mingo more involved and see if there's anything there at all. And so I think there is.
So the separation issues, that wasn't really a big concern that they kept talking about. Like that stat we talked about, I think it was the last week or the week before, but like he had weak separation. That didn't show up.
I mean, like I said, that stat is kind of flawed. I mean, it measures separation at the catch point, essentially, when you're targeted. And so it's not like, they don't count it if you're running a route and you're 3 yards open and the quarterback doesn't throw it to you. So, that doesn't factor in at all. But, I thought that he did a good job getting separation and obviously he had a few drops, but that happens to everybody.
He did a great job getting separation.
I mean, I don't know. I'll say a great job, but I mean that's all right. They were playing the Cincinnati Bengals, so I mean it's not. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit here.
We were just talking about how bad their back unit is.
Yeah, I want to see how they do against Chicago, who, like I said, is one of the top defenses in the league. But I'm very optimistic on Leggett. Whereas before the season, I was not a fan of the pick, but I think he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, because Jalen Johnson's coming, from Chicago. He's one of the best underrated corners. I don't think people talk about him a lot. So it's going to be a big test for either him or Dante Johnson.
Yeah, Deontay, I mean, we know what Deontay is. Deontay's a great route runner, a great separator. He has some hands issues occasionally, but Deontay can get open on anybody in the league. It's just a matter of getting the ball to him and then him making sure he secures the catch. But I'm not worried about Deontay at all. Like I said, I want to see Jonathan Mingo get more involved and Jatavian Sanders as well. But for this week in particular, I think they need to run the offense through Chuba.
I have a question, Brian. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, they had that 4th down and goal stand. Right? Are you a little like scared that the offensive unit allowed the blitz it wasn't picked up that well? Did you not like the play call with back-to-back?
No, I mean, the other team's they're gonna make plays sometimes, right? It's just the way it is. The offensive line. I was just actually talking to Jose about this offline. They've been the best in the league in terms of the percentage of pressures allowed on and so I think that, I mean, sometimes, like I said, the other team is full of professionals. They're going to make plays on occasion, and you just kind of have to deal with it,
And this is one of the silver linings for Bryce Young being benched, right? Like you want your number one overall pick to work out, but he was playing so bad, and people were still talking about the O line like they were last year. And in that first game, they didn't play bad. It just looked like it because he kept on holding on to the ball for too long and taking those hits. Right? They actually played well, but this is what we needed to see. We need to see what this Carolina team actually looks like, right? And Andy Dalton is showing that there are some pieces to work with, and there's something to build off of. Now, will Bryce Young be able to develop and catch up and pick it up later on? I don't know, but they're showing that they have some other pieces in place now. So make another run at quarterback. I know some people were like, this team isn't, you got to build up the rest of the team before you get a quarterback. No, the team's been built on that offensive side. The team's been built. And you can, the most important part, the offensive line, it looks like you guys are straight. So go make another run at a quarterback, figure out a way to do it. Identify who you want, go after them, go get them. And, this team could be a very dangerous team next year.
Yeah, because you can connect it to the Giants, because Andrew Thomas was told, I think after week 2, he wants the offensive line to stop being the scapegoat of the offense's problems. And then against Dallas, they weren't. The run blocking was kind of a little bad, but people kept talking about their pass blocking and how Dallas always shredded them for at least a minimum of 6 sacks a game for the past 2.5 years. But on Thursday night, they only gave up 1 sack. Daniel Jones had a lot of time and showed you with a proper quarterback and the time you were given, you can make plays, just like what happened in Carolina, where too long, the offensive line's like, yeah, we're guarding these guys, but you need to get the ball out. And you can kind of see it. Yeah.
And do you have any thoughts on the game before I get to Chris's question here?
Oh, no, just, I think I heard Jose say something about we could get to see what Carolina actually looks like. All we have to do is look at Chicago and look at Caleb Williams and DJ Moore. That's what they should look like.
I don't know why I threw to you on that. That is.
I knew the minute you asked him, he was holding that in. He was holding it in. He was trying to keep a straight face the whole time.
that one's on me. I'm not even going to get angry about that. But since you bring it up, Justin Fields should be the quarterback in Carolina. He's obviously turned things around for himself in Pittsburgh. And now, if he was playing behind one of the better O-lines in the league, throwing to Deontay Johnson and Xavier Legette and, possibly Jonathan Mingo and Adam Thielen when he comes back, I think he'd be looking pretty good. For Chris's question, do I think that they'll go back to Bryce at some point? Not by choice. I think, obviously if Andy gets hurt, obviously they have to go back to Bryce. I don't think that they're going to say, you know what, let's throw the kid back in there and go back to being a high school offense for a week or two. I don't think that's going to be the case, and I don't think that they should. I think that they need to sit him down. He needs to be in the meetings learning, and I think that they need to hide. Hide's not the best word, but that's the word I'm going to go with right now. Hide whatever development or lack of development happens for the rest of the season so that they can trade him in the offseason.
So what if Miami were to offer you a pick right now? Do you think they should trade him?
Well, it depends on what the pick is, Antoine.
I mean, you're going to get rid of him anyway.
No, it's not. You're going to get rid of him third. Yeah.
A fourth?
Wait, I'll take the third. No, I'm not going to take fourth though.
So a third is the minimum.
Let's show some respect to Bryce. All right, we're not going to trade him for a day 3 pick. But yeah, I would probably trade him for a third. I don't think they're going to get much more than that.
Yeah,
at any point without him actually stepping back on the field and playing well. I don't think they'll get. I don't think they'll get a third either. But
yeah, I think depending on how the season goes, right? Like, I mean, you have a lot of injuries, so you weren't expecting to win a whole lot, but you're competing now. So I mean, who knows how the season goes? But towards the end of the season, if it's looking like, playoffs, out of reach for us.
Yeah.
Let's get him back in there and see what he can do. I think that's a good time towards the end. Maybe like the last 2 or 3 games of the season, let him go out there and play, and hopefully he can show you something, right?
Well, he said that depends on how the season goes, and it depends on how they feel about his development internally at that point.
Yeah.
If they feel like he's not any better than he was, then you don't put him out there again.
Yeah, because what's the point?
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's do court of public opinion, B.
All right. Well, let me make sure that I have this set up properly. I believe that I do. Give me 1 minute.
Okay. Okay. There you go. Didn't let me set it up. That's fine. All rise. All rise.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Court is now in session. Can we get okay?
Yes.
Can we got Ferris back?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We weren't gonna do a court of public opinion today. We were like, we didn't really have time to research anything. Okay. Wasn't anything that we saw immediately. But our guy, Chris Just Joking, sent us a DM today in our group chat, okay, about this guy who was, he was criticizing the locals around here. He was criticizing the Baltimore fans like he was a fan. And somebody asked him, "Are you a fan?" He's like, "Nah, bro. It's just my brand. It's just my brand." Okay, who am I talking about? I'm talking about your beloved.
Yes.
Yeah, your beloved Bobby Trossett, a.k.a. MAGA Bobby, a.k.a. those guys over there are toxic, a.k.a. Bobby Baltimore, okay? All right, so what happened? What?
Well, specifically, he was kind of talking down about fans not going to the Orioles game, right? Not buying tickets to support the team. And somebody asked, like, well, did you go to the game? Did you buy a ticket? And he's like, I'm not an Orioles fan. Which, shout out to Bobby, that is the correct answer. So the question is,
wait,
like,
I didn't.
Is it okay? Huh?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna add the tweet.
Is it okay to essentially, I don't want to say like cosplay as a native, but he's branded himself as Bobby Baltimore, right?
Right.
Is it okay to do that when you are not from the area? You're not a fan of the area's teams. You're not of the area.
So here it is right here.
Kind of culture vulturing a little bit there.
That's exactly what he is. Okay, this is a tweet. Okay, the Orioles hosted an American League wildcard game today and didn't come close to a sellout attendance wise. Poor weather, 4 p.m. first pitch or not. That's a disappointing showing from #Birdland. This guy John Keller, okay, a true patriot, says, "Did you buy a ticket, Bobby?" And Bobby responds, "I'm not a fan, John. I mean," okay. So Jeremy gets in on the action and says, "So much for being Bobby Baltimore." And Bobby responds, "My brand name doesn't equal fandom." And he thought he was cooking with that.
Right.
The replies and then continue. The replies from that point on were, "Change your name. You're a loser. Can't believe you're not a Baltimore fan. Why are you calling yourself Baltimore? Change everything about your." It didn't go well. They were not a fan of. It's just my brand, bro.
Yeah, for a person who calls himself Bobby Baltimore, he really doesn't know a lot about Baltimore, does he? Contrary to popular belief, Baltimore actually cares about the Orioles.
Yes, Jeremy.
Yeah, they love the Orioles. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something.
If you're calling yourself Bobby Baltimore and you didn't know that, man,
I don't know the guy personally, but I get the feeling that he's not even really a Ravens fan. Okay, he lived in the area. I think he's from Ohio originally. right? He covered the Ravens. He's trying to get back on that side of media, mainstream media. He was on, was it 98 Rock down here? I believe he got one of those stations around here. I don't know the whole story. I think he did get fired, or mutually parted ways, whatever. He got fired, and he posted a story on his Facebook about having his media credentials cut over there at Ravens pressers and whatnot. So that touched him personally. Okay, that hurt him to his core. Okay, so I feel like everything that he does, he's the DJ Vlad of Baltimore sports. I feel like everything that he does come off kind of fake, right? He does this podcast in front of a Maryland flag. He's a fraud.
Apparently, he's from upstate New York.
Oh, okay, maybe he's from New York. I thought, nothing but crazy comes from Ohio. Just out. I thought it was Ohio. Maybe it's New York.
No. Hey, Jose, there's New York,
and then there's
upstate New York.
Ferris would know.
Ferris, the New Yorker, would know. Yes.
I just know a lot of New Yorkers.
The West Coast New Yorker would know.
I'm not saying.
I'm messing with you.
Okay, all right.
Ali Talik says, "Thanks for calling Bobby Baltimore. He's a fake. He's using the Ravens as and O's for clicks. He's from upstate New York." Okay, thank you. And that's what Ferris was saying. Yes, he's from upstate New York. Thank you. Yeah, he is a fake. And I'm not doing this. Like, look, him and Sarah can get that smoke too. Okay, they both tried to call us out a while back. I don't have anything against Sarah, but don't call us toxic because we're speaking the truth. But like he just comes off disingenuous. Like I felt that way from the jump. He just wants to be in media, and he's just covering a team, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. Like if you aspire to be in mainstream media, and it's just a job for you, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You're being fake about it. You're not really a fan. That's fine too. You're doing your job. You're covering the sport. You're trying to be professional. I got no issues with that. I got an issue when you take shots at other people, right? Especially when you're just wrong. You're taking shots at people when you're wrong. Yes, I'm talking about us. Okay, you and your partner both wrong. And I have a problem when you're calling out people's fandomness, right? I have a problem with that in general. Nobody is a real fan. Nobody is a super fan. You're all the same type of fan. Okay. And I correct people all the time when they call me a fair weather fan when we talk about the Terrapins, right? I'm not a fair weather fan. Fair weather doesn't get me out the house. It's got to be good weather. If I see an overcast, I ain't going to that game. No, thank you.
And here's the thing too, Jose. You're not supposed to be a super fan because that's how they make their money, because they take advantage of you dumbasses.
Ooh.
Y'all are stupid. Because they'll put a shitty product on the field, and then they'll sell you some jerseys, and you'll accept it, and you'll love it, and all that bullshit. And that's how they make their money. Because y'all are dumb. Y'all are dumb.
Ferris.
What?
It's a family show.
Calm down.
I said dumb.
No, you said some other things.
He doesn't even hear himself. Bro.
I cannot.
Are we talking about dumbass?
I cannot wait until you get to ESPN.
Stupid.
No, I mean,
I didn't say the F word. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Is that the only curse word?
Right. That's
so for in his mind, as long as I don't say the F word, we're good. Everything else is fair game.
The F word, the B word, the MF word. I didn't say any of those.
Okay.
You're right, Ferris. You did not say any of those. Are there any more? Are there any more words? Any more you can think of?
George Carlin, where he at? What's the words?
I can't with the salty language, Ferris.
Okay, let me phrase this. They take advantage of you mentally incapable of understanding propaganda people. You know what? Better?
Correct with the wrong part, but let's just keep it rolling.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. They take advantage. What do you mean? They take advantage of people who don't have their mind of their own, and they don't know nuance. You're not supposed to root for bad product. So that's what happened with the Oakland A's, right? For years, the Oakland A's They would call up a prospect and they would love the prospect and then they would trade that prospect after 5 years. It would be a bad product. And the fans were finally sick of it, so they stopped coming to games. So then the owner was like, see, no one's coming to my games. Because you put a bad product on the field. We're not supposed to support bad product. How am I like? That's not like, and they take advantage of these people who like want to be connected super fans and all that. You know, sports fans are stupid. I mean, are not very well inept to understand societal. You know, okay, what do you want from me? I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's. All right. Let's. We gonna say Hendo.
I just want to know what's a super fan. Like, what is a super fan? What makes you more of a fan than anybody else? So I told people before, I need to see your credentials. When you start questioning people, show me your badge. Show me your credentials and let me know you are the fandom police. So you can tell somebody whether they are a fan or not. Now, as for Bobby Dundalk, I don't know. Like Bobby Curtis Bay, listen, I don't even blame. State. No, it's Bobby Curtis Bay. I don't even blame him. I blame the people for allowing himself to come in here and call himself Bobby Baltimore. And they ran with it. Like people from Baltimore, y'all should know better. Like we from here, we should know better. And y'all ran with it and y'all let him do it and act like it was cool. And you already knew he wasn't from Baltimore, especially some of the things that he said out of his mouth. But let him go in with that. Bobby Essex. Yeah. You know, hey, just Allen, you know it's all the same area. Bobby Long Island. Well, you know what? Let's make the Baltimore New York connection. We'll call him Bobby Brooklyn. If you know about Brooklyn, Maryland, you know.
Man, I'm more Baltimore than him, and I've only been there once.
Bobby Buffalo.
Okay. If you agree with Bobby and you say, hey man, it's just a brand, no big deal. I don't have to like you or your garbage city. Go ahead and type in #Bobby. Again, as we say almost every week here, if you are on the right side of history, #Baltimore.
Facts.
Bobby Westminster. Okay, so all right. To make it worse for in Bobby's case, and this is why I thought about it. I was like, yeah, we're gonna call him out. He's not even trying to be a super fan. He's he's just being an ass, right? Because it's one thing if, hey man, I love this team and you know we made the playoffs and I just want to see a crowd there. You know, that's one thing. You still be wrong for calling people out, right?
Right.
But if you're just that passionate about them, that's one thing. But the person that asked him, did you get a ticket, already knew what time it was with Bobby, right? And for him to be like, I ain't a fan. I'm just calling y'all out. So it's not even any of your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't your team. You don't claim the team. Like, why are you even looking up attendance and all that? You don't care about them like that. But you want to call people out for not going and you not a fan.
Right.
He hit him with respect. No, go ahead.
He hit him with the Ricky Waters. For who? For what?
Yeah. And then he going and I mean I don't watch this stuff, but I already know that this type of person, he gonna play victim. Right? He gonna play victim. And get ready for the obligatory guys, you know, you can attack me, but don't attack my wife.
Wait, who's attacking his wife?
You pulling a Ryan Mink?
I'm sorry, Ryan. That was a stray. You didn't deserve that. Okay. You know, guys, I'm getting death threats. Guys, you know they flip it on. You know you don't have to dox me. You don't have to call out my wife. You don't have to send death threats. Okay, I just had an opinion. You guys are attacking me for my opinion. Right? He'll do that thing. Okay. Ali says Bobby is a Buffalo Bills fan. He's from upstate New York. Yeah. Well,
sounds about right.
Yeah. Yes, just Alex is correcting you, Ferris. That's Brooklyn, Maryland, Ferris. Yeah,
no, I know. That's what you're talking about. That's what I was laughing at is the joke where we was talking about the marrying your sister.
Yeah.
That's what I was laughing about.
Okay.
I'm being corrected. I'm being corrected. They're saying there is no wife.
Makes sense.
You know, I don't know.
That's sorry. I didn't
Come on, guys. Why are you attacking my pets? Like, but they had nothing to do with this.
Right, so they don't attack my family that's not being attacked, so everybody can still feel sympathy for you.
Thank you. That's the point I'm making, Danny. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Right?
Yeah, we're attacking you.
It worked for Ryan Mink when that happened.
Right? Yeah, because no one decided to investigate.
Right.
Ain't no one attacking your wife. We're just calling you stupid. There's a difference.
Right.
All right. Not a lot of support for Bobby.
No, man. No. You don't even know the area you're from. Talk about no one cares about the Orioles. I'm not a fan.
That's all right though. I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Bobby. Screw the Orioles. I hope they got swept today.
But B, did you get a ticket?
Baseball.
Did you get a ticket, bro?
Did you get a ticket, B?
I mean,
that's pathetic.
This is just like.
What difference does it make?
Do you even like baseball?
When we put up the intro video and we have the scenes from Baltimore, like that's just part of the brand, bro.
Yeah, it's part of the brand, bro. Now he's gonna get on the podcast and be like, I do like the Orioles. I like those 3 dudes who all look alike. Who are they? The Henderson kid.
My man said his brand doesn't equal fandom.
All right.
That's it. I want to. I'm glad I screenshotted that. I'm glad I screenshotted that because when his partner Sarah is going on a rant about us, about fair criticism of the coach that you all hate now, by the way, and he's just co-signing everything she's saying. We're toxic. We're being ridiculous and all that stuff. And he's sitting there co-signing. Just remember, he's not a fan. Okay. Hendel was right. It's the Baltimore fans' fault for letting Bobby get away with calling himself Bobby Baltimore. Absolutely.
Also, too, you call yourself Bobby Baltimore, like.
Thank you.
And you're not going to talk about the sports. What are you going to talk about? Like the local government? Like, why are you calling yourself Bobby Baltimore?
What is the brand at that point?
Exactly. What's the brand? We're going to talk about the municipalities of Baltimore and how they operate, or like.
Attitude Pop. No. Attitude Pop says, does someone have to be from Baltimore to be a Ravens fan? Spare the man. He didn't mean it. Y'all forgive him.
You know what? Hey, hold on. Where's my gavel? Where's my gavel here? Order. Okay, we'll have order in the court. If you want to save this man, if you want to spare this man, there's a due process. Okay, you had a chance to vote. I didn't see any votes go towards Bobby Baltimore there.
9-0.
All right. You want to stand on the island alone, Attitude Pop. Put in hashtag Bobby?
Go ahead, Attitude Pop. You want to save him? You want to take his place?
So Attitude Pop. My question is, why isn't his name Bobby Raven? If he's a fan of the Ravens, why is it Bobby Baltimore? And for somebody to come out and say it's the brand, bro, that's telling me he's using y'all just to make himself money. That's what that's telling me. He don't give a damn about none of y'all. I'm just out here trying to make money, and this is my brand, bro. So why not call yourself Bobby Raven?
And Attitude Pop.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm good.
The problem is, it's not that he's not a Orioles fan. Nobody cares, right? It's not that he's not from Baltimore. Nobody cares. It's that he got on Twitter and started talking down to Orioles fans about not going out and supporting the team that he does not support.
Thanks. Yes,
Brodny, you know what? Brodny, you know what you should do? You should go by Brodny Charlotte.
I don't think it doesn't have the ring.
It doesn't know. Brodny Carolina.
Our guy Chris, a huge Ravens fan.
Brodny Carolina.
Right? He's from New York. You say he doesn't cosplay from being from Baltimore, and that's the thing. Like, again, everything that Bobby does, right? I don't care if it's fake or not. Like as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're just in your own bubble. You're in your space. You're doing you. Doesn't matter, but you're calling attention to yourself. You're criticizing a fan base that you don't care about at all. You don't care about the team. You don't even care enough to lie about being a fan, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody was there. You could have said, yeah, I was there. Right. Who knows? Nobody went, right? Yeah, I was there. I had my ticket. Right? Why you could have easily said that. But you didn't even care that much. You just like, I don't care about that team.
Also, too, never ever piss off fans of sports teams who've never given them hope or happiness, because they'll hunt you down and they'll find something that you don't like. I remember Anna Anger, the lady who does the little things on Twitter. She insulted Jacksonville Jaguars fans, and they hunted her down and they exposed her like racism. You know what I mean? Ooh. Her like old tweets her old racist tweets that everyone just completely forgot. Apparently, everyone just forgot about it. because she insulted Jacksonville Jaguars fans. And that's the day everyone found out you don't mess with Jacksonville Jaguars fans. Because one, they're crazy. They love a team that's brought them no joy at all. Yeah. Zero joy since the day of its existence. And they were like, you can't insult us. We insult us. We're going to hunt you down and we're going to expose you. And they did. And it was crazy. Never ever. Baltimore Ravens fans were like, Baltimore always was like, who are you? And then they took him out.
So, Ali, is this true? He says, Bobby says he's not a fan of the Ravens either. Is that true?
Then why is his name Bobby Baltimore? What's going on here?
I need a clip of that.
Facts.
I need a clip of that. All right. So next time him and Sarah want to get spicy with us, I can just play. Hey, I'm not a fan. I just want that quote. I'm not a fan.
For the record, I'm from Berkeley, California. I just like the New York Giants. I don't cosplay either. I don't call myself.
Whoa. You cosplay as a New Yorker.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
100%.
That's a bullet. That's a
all
BS lie.
All your favorite sports teams. What state?
Ferris.
No, I ain't talking about the team. I'm talking
Ferris.
about.
That's a lie. I don't.
Who else, Ferris, swears 3 times in 15 seconds and doesn't know it?
Right.
Ferris works at the.
You the words.
Ferris works at the only bodega on the West Coast.
Facts.
That's not true.
Not true that you work at a bodega, or not true that it's the only one.
Chris, I believe you, Chris.
I swear
Chris
that's not what I
told me he was from New York at the meetup.
That's not what I said. I did not say that.
Ali said yes. He said it. If anybody can find this clip,
please, dude.
Just point us in the right direction.
Hey, man,
I would love to see this.
Ali's on his head, man. Shout out Ali.
Yeah,
shout out to Ali. Muslim.
Okay, all right. We spent enough time on this.
Pay the bills.
You thought Ferris drove a cab from New York?
Thank you, Just Allo. See, Just Allo, the man of the people, the moral compass of our group. He knows what's good.
Yes. Yeah. He says he always thought he was from the West Coast. Yeah, he is from the West Coast. You're from the Bay Area.
That's right? Just the time difference.
Western New York.
You guys really love this story, man. I bet Ferris got
not a fun fact, but a fact. I've never owned a pair of Timbs in my life.
That's crazy.
I've never owned a pair of Timbs, no. Yeah.
Okay. All right. 75 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Man, as soon as I said Bobby, everybody clicked on this thing.
Like, let's go rip him. Let's go rip him to shreds.
Ali said he's gonna look for the clip. Hey, man, shout out to you, Ali.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
You're a real one you're a real one. I appreciate that.
Is Ali new, or has he been here before?
I haven't seen Ali in the chat, but
welcome to LBHT, Ali.
Welcome.
They're hosted by the two brothers up there. We're just guests. We show up on occasion.
We're strays.
We're strays. My name is Ferris. That's Hendo. That's Brodny. He's a Carolina Panthers fan, and that's Jose up top. He's the Ravens fan. He's the guy who's led the crusade against Bobby Baltimore.
All right. Well, since we're doing introductions, okay, before we get to our picks, Ferris, let the people know where they can find you, and then Hendo, you go next.
All right, y'all. My name is Ferris Milani. You find me on Let's Get Ready Network. The channels, I have 2 of them. I have the LGRN highlights where we talk sports every Friday, 3:00 Pacific. We good friends, better rivals. Me and my co-host Caleb. We talk NFC East, New York versus Dallas. Some Eagles, some Commanders, and then every New York Giants game day, I'll be doing play-by-play for every game. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do it for the Germany game as well. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna do it, man. I may not be able to yell like I used to because it's 6 a.m. and it's quiet hours at the apartment, but I'll do it, man. I'm gonna do it, guys. So
hey, Did anybody ever told you say your last name in particular, super fast?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is.
It's the New York in him.
No, what is it? I don't know.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I want people to find your work. I think you do dope work. It's Ferris Muthana.
Muthana, yes, Ferris Muthana. I do have a Twitter or X if you want to do that. I tweet about random stuff. You know, I have fun with it. I'm not one of them Giants accounts that only tweets Giants 24/7, 365, because I'm like, why would I tweet about during the offseason when nothing happened? I don't understand. This is the 8th time we've talked about Daniel Jones. I don't want to do that. because I don't care about Daniel Jones like that. Let's move on.
Endo.
Yes, sir. You
Let
can
the people know
find,
they can find you.
you can find me on the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. I do weekly shows. I just did a video the other day where I did my first interview. I interviewed Nate Wiggins. Hands.
It was a pair of bricks.
Actually, it wasn't. Actually, his hands talked.
I saw the video.
They talk. So make sure y'all go check that out. Also, if you like everything that we got going on here and you want to get a little further into it, hang out, get into the Discord. I also have a Patreon, and you can become a patron for just $5. If you got $5 on it, go to patreon.com/ROUG. It's a lot of fun. We got some football things going on. You can get you some rings like this. I'm going for the three-peat, like Thanos. You know what I'm saying? So check me out. I think I do some okay stuff.
All right, yes. And all of their links are in the description. Our whole crew. The links are in the description. Coach Evans, who was in the chat earlier. We got, LGR. Ferris has two networks he's a part of. They're both in there. All right. Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover Podcast. Our guy OTR Mike. He's taking a little break. He's just, this is that time of the year. He's working a lot, but he'll be back. You can find all of us, except for Ferris, on Mondays on Coach's channel for the Ravens Roundup. But all of us, as you can see, we collab together all the time. So follow
Coach
us.
banned
Okay?
me.
He banned you?
Yeah.
He ain't banned
So I don't like the cut of your jib, son. Get out of here.
Yo, listen, Jada6 always come with violence. Like, I don't know what his thing is against Bateman, but every time he misses somebody else, he always comes to Bateman. But let me say, listen, this is the last time I'm going to address this. Listen, Rashad Bateman has a team. Where is Terrace Marshall Jr. at?
He has a team?
Does he really?
He's with the Niners.
He's still with the Niners. He hanging on.
I think he got cut.
He ain't get cut.
No, I think he's on the practice squad.
All right, what do we got next?
Which is crazy to me because, they had Ronnie Bell out there and he garbage.
What we got next is the Week 5 NFL picks, which is fantastic because this is the week that bye weeks start. And I didn't realize that when I traded away Breece Hall, that Jahmyr Gibbs is on bye. It's all good. I don't want y'all worrying about that. I'm going to be okay. But it was just, it was a bad surprise. I didn't appreciate it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our Week 5 picks right now, starting with the Thursday night game, Tampa Bay at Atlanta, which, if you looked at this before the season started, looked like a terrible matchup. Why would I ever watch that? And, it's moved up like a rung or two. Like, it's okay.
Competitive, for sure.
There's kind of football on it. I might check that out. I am going to take Tampa Bay on the road in this one. I think that Primetime Kirk makes an appearance, and they don't get it done.
I'm gonna go Atlanta.
I'm going to take Tampa Bay because for some reason there is this Carolina jinx. If you played quarterback for them a couple seasons ago, you are balling out of control now.
Unbelievable. Hey, let me ask you something, Hendo. How come Andy Dalton's balling out of control right now? How about that?
Good for him.
He plays for Carolina right now, is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Ferris.
I'm going to go Buccaneers 28-21.
Okay. Adding the score in there when nobody else did it. I like it. Standing out.
Is this when we have the...
We only do it for our team first.
Yeah, we do it for our team.
Next up, we got the New York Jets at the Minnesota Vikings. Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson are in prison. They're in the prison of Aaron Rodgers' mind, and I wish that they would get out. It was disgusting watching them not be able to get into the end zone against the Denver Broncos. It's not going to get any better against Minnesota. Minnesota is going to beat the hell out of them.
B said they're in the prison of Aaron Rodgers' ayahuasca-riddled mind with no chance of escaping. Yeah, they look very bad last week. I might have to go Minnesota.
All right. See above comment. I'm going with Minnesota.
So, wait, is this the London game or the Germany? It's the London game, right?
Yeah, Carolina.
Giants. You have the Germany game first.
No, because the 1 year there was 2 Germany games and 2 London games.
There's only 1 Germany game this year, I believe.
Okay, so I'm going Minnesota then.
Does it make a difference where?
Jets can't do it across the pond. Or I don't understand.
If it was in Spain, you would be going. You would lean towards Jets.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to, feel out the country.
Carolina at Chicago. We talked about this one earlier. Terrible run team versus terrible run defense. The O-line that can't protect versus the front seven that can't pressure. I'm going to take Carolina because of Andy Dalton and the experience that he's going to bring. Caleb Williams looks pretty out of sorts anytime he can't get rid of the ball quickly. And that's not on him. They can't protect him. I don't think they have a very good coaching staff over there. But I'm going to take the Panthers, and I'm going to take the Panthers 24-14.
I have the Panthers 31-24.
I'm going to take Chicago. They finally got DeAndre Swift going last week. I'm going to take Chicago 21-17.
28-20 Carolina.
That's right, Ferris. Next up, we got Baltimore at Cincinnati. Baltimore has been running wild on the competition over the last week. I can't in good conscience include the Dallas in that. But they looked fantastic against Buffalo. I think that a poor team in Cincinnati, but a dangerous team still because of the threats on the outside. I'm going to say it's a close game, and Baltimore gets the win. I'm going to go 24-21.
I'm going to say 31-17 Ravens. I know I said they win by 10, but I'm changing it. 31-17.
Baltimore 28-24.
38-31.
Wow.
Okay.
Baltimore?
It's a lot of points.
Baltimore, yes.
They give 31 points. We definitely going to have a conversation.
Yeah. Miami at New England. This would have been an easy pick several weeks ago, but without Tua, Miami is just lost. New England is giving up pressure on over 54% of dropbacks. I don't know. I'm going to say Miami by pure luck.
I'm going to go New England. And and you see Tyreek Hill tweeting about a trade?
I think he's talking about fantasy.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Like it's his fantasy to get traded, or
somebody's he got traded on somebody's fantasy team. I don't know. I don't think it was like a real trade.
All right, Ravens 30, Bengals 20. Okay.
Did you pick Jose?
Yeah. I picked New England.
Jacoby Brissett. I'm gonna take, since Tyler Huntley may get his second start, I'm going New England.
Thank you, Coach.
Plus, listen, I'm gonna give a shout out, and I feel real bad. I don't like University of Miami, but Jalen Phillips, he just has the worst luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Ferris, who you pick?
New England.
New England. Okay.
Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns at the resurgent Washington Commanders. Deshaun Watson still has not remembered how to play football. I don't know what happened with him, but Jaden Daniels did not forget. Okay, and he has found his connection with Terry McLaurin, and I think that they're going to keep it going. Washington wins at home.
I agree. It's going to be 3 in a row for them, right? And
yes.
win this week. Yep, I got Washington.
I got Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, as bad as he's been playing, that last game wasn't on him. If it weren't for the drops and that penalty on that Amari Cooper touchdown, they'd have won. So
that BS penalty.
Bro. Give me Cleveland.
I'm going Washington. That's for you, Quan.
Shout out to OTR Quan.
Yeah, we don't shout out Quan enough.
I think we do it in an appropriate amount. Next up, we have Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Anthony Richardson is still out. I believe Joe Flacco is going to be leading the Colts into battle, so to speak. Jacksonville, unfortunately, still being led by Trevor Lawrence, so I'm taking the Colts on the road.
I agree.
Is Flacco starting?
Flacco,
yeah. I think so, yeah.
Can't bet against Flacco. I'll go with the Colts.
Give me Joe Fleezy. Did you know that Joe Flacco has had 2 touchdown passes at least in 6 games, which is the longest streak in the NFL? So I'm going with the Colts.
All right. Next up, Buffalo had that bruised ego going on the road to Houston to play C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Houston still has not looked the same as last year, despite adding Stephon Diggs and having C.J. Stroud in his second year and everything. Buffalo, I think, bounces back, but it's not enough. Houston gets the win at home.
Come back to me. I'm on the fence about this one.
Nope.
I'm gonna go Buffalo, man. I'm gonna go Buffalo because that AFC South, man, it's like it's the AFC South post Peyton Manning. It's just bad. All 4 teams are just bad. I'm gonna go Buffalo.
If Joe Mixon plays, I'm going with Houston because he's been out since week 1. That's why they look so bad.
Oh yeah.
Damian Pierce out as well.
Because they lost Devin Singletary last year.
Who forgot how to play football.
Facts.
I'm gonna go Texas, man. I'm gonna go Texas.
I forgot to mention this. Thank you, Jay. Von Miller did just get suspended as well.
Yeah, but he punched his pregnant girlfriend during the offseason.
Well, this is what we know that, but this is PED.
No.
This is personal conduct.
They still going for that? Oh,
yeah. The PED one was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Justin Allo asking if Trevor Lawrence is the biggest bust in football. No, he's not a bust. It's just not what they expected.
That's why the word generational shouldn't be used a lot.
All the time, right?
Yeah, it's used all the time.
Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix still sucks. But so do the Raiders. Devontae Adams sitting out this week because of a hamstring. I'm going to take Denver at home, I think.
Yeah, I got Denver.
Denver beat the Jets with him only throwing for 60 yards?
Yeah.
So I'm going with Denver.
It was a rainstorm, though. All right.
Go Denver, though. In Bo leave.
Let's see. Bo Nix, 30 years old, rookie.
He's 32.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Denver.
All right.
Did you pick Jose?
Yeah, I got Denver.
Okay. Next up, Arizona at San Francisco. The news in San Francisco is not great every week. Like every week, it's something bad. Now it's Christian McCaffrey has tendonitis in both his Achilles. It doesn't matter though. I mean, it's Arizona. They have Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to score within the first 7 minutes. Then he's going to score again. He's going to score again midway through the third quarter, and they're going to lose by 25.
Yes, Niners.
Yeah, Niners.
Wait a minute. I'm going Arizona. Didn't they beat them last year?
They did, I believe.
I'm going Arizona.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Green Bay Packers at the LA Rams. Green Bay, I think, made a colossal mistake last week by putting in Jordan Love before he was honestly ready to play, and he went out there and threw 3 or 4 interceptions. Played great in the second half, but obviously he had dug a hole too deep to get out of. Now they're going on the road against the Rams. I don't even know who plays for the Rams anymore, honestly. So I'm going to take Green Bay, getting back on the winning track.
Yeah, I got Green Bay. Jordan Love, it took him a half to get back, but he got back. Yeah, Green Bay.
He wore a Brett Favre jersey before the game, then ended up playing like Brett Favre. Let's hope he wears an Aaron Rodgers jersey next game, and he plays like Aaron Rodgers. But I'm going with Green Bay.
I'm going with Green Bay. Matt Stafford showed everybody last week who he really is.
Wow. Okay. Next up, the New York Giants at the Seattle Seahawks. Mike McDonald's the real deal. Despite what somebody on the screen likes to think, Geno Smith is also the real deal. Kenneth Walker, also the real deal, as is DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Jason Smith and Jigba.
Charbonnet.
Jackson.
But
Zach Charbonnet.
But so is Malik Neighbors, but he's only one guy. Seattle wins.
And he's not playing.
He's not playing?
What?
Yeah, he didn't pass concussion protocol, and he's not gonna pass all the steps before Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably not playing. So I'm gonna go Seattle, 31, New York, 13.
Oh,
damn. But
I agree with Ferris.
It's the defense is going to be on the field too much, and that's why they're going to give the 31 points. Not because they're a bad defense, it's just that they're going to be on the field for too much, and then those DBs.
No, they're going to give them 31 points because Seattle's talented.
Well, but if you can keep Seattle's offense on the sideline, if you sustained long drives,
how? With who?
I'm saying to you, like last week we did that. Dallas wasn't on the field a lot. We kept them on the field because we established a run game and we kept the ball.
We're talking about a real team with a real head coach.
All right, but he's a rookie head coach. Let's calm it down here. All right,
2 more picks.
Just chill out.
I remember we had a rookie head coach in Brian
Daboll.
Daboll. You were losing your mind over rookie head coach Brian Daboll.
Yeah, that's because I have no standards, and I was tortured by Joe Judge.
Next up, we got Dallas at Pittsburgh. We talked earlier about Justin Fields, looking like he's fully turned things around. Pittsburgh has, I don't know, man. We've won games with smoke and mirrors mostly. Mm-hmm. They have not really been able to get the offense fully going, but it's Dallas, so I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh.
Yes. Oh, look, Jeremy picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
I'm going Dallas because Pittsburgh lost their game last week because their defense didn't show up. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm slowing this down. You guys know who Quincy Carrier is, right? He covers the Browns. But he was breaking down the AFC North. I love his videos, by the way. Shout out to Quincy Carrier. But he made this comparison of Pittsburgh that blew my mind because I had no idea about this fact. But he said Pittsburgh is like Sierra Mist, the drink Sierra Mist. Right? He said they make changes, they'll rebrand, he said, but there's still Sierra Mist. And he's like, Sierra Mist is now that new drink. What's that? No. What's that new one that came out that everybody compares it to Sprite?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They spice in the commercials.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called though.
What's it called, chat? What's the name of that new drink?
Yeah, it was big.
Starry.
Starry.
Yeah, Starry.
Jose, you got me some of that.
Did I?
When I came over that time and I was like, yo, they got that new drink out and you went to the store.
I did get you some. Okay, so
he was
he was talking about it and he was just like, they repackaged it, and I was excited to drink it, and I took a sip. I was like, oh, this is Sierra Mist, and apparently it is Sierra Mist. It's rebranded, like it's owned by Pepsi or whatever, and I had no idea.
Right,
I had no idea. But anytime I hear Pittsburgh Steelers, I think Sierra Mist now.
No, that is spot on though. Like they're not bad, but you want something better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last up, we have the New Orleans Saints at the Kansas City Chiefs. The reeling Kansas City Chiefs, who lost Rashee Rice possibly for the season. They haven't said for sure.
They said, I thought I saw something that said he avoided a tear.
Yes,
I don't know. The last thing I saw said they were still evaluating how long he'd be out and all this.
Yeah.
But they've already lost Hollywood Brown, obviously. They lost Isaiah Pacheco. So they're hurting. New Orleans, they've got a lot of talent on that offense, and they've played pretty well. And I just don't think it's going to matter, really. I think they're going to leave Kansas City with a loss.
Yeah, Kansas City's going to win. We know. We all know they're going to win.
It's no almond smash,
John.
It is not. And I'm still looking for something just hello. Yeah, listen. Patrick Mahomes is playing like old Josh Allen. Like he's just turning the ball over in the end zone inexplicably. He lost all his receivers. He lost his number one running back. But it's Derek Carr and Dennis Allen. So Chiefs going to win.
Yes.
Chiefs. All right. There you have it.
That is it.
I just want to point out something, by the way. Mike McDonald, he beat the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Dolphins. So let's calm it down with he's the real deal. He ended up getting his ass handed to him by a real team of the Lions.
He also gave up 17 points a game last season, coaching the top defense in the league.
Yeah, well, that's a D coordinator. I'm talking about head coach. So let's calm down, man.
I need you to get your head in the game. Okay, we're about to do a quick, just like you did last week. Okay, a quick WNBA playoff recap. All right, let me set the scene up.
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna do it's a whole other thing. I got to do he can just do it right here. He can just do it here.
All right, y'all. Last night we had 2 WNBA games. We had the Las Vegas Aces versus the New York Liberty. The New York Liberty sweep the homestand for the first 2 games. They're up 2-0 against the Las Vegas Aces. Breaking news coming out of Las Vegas. Apparently, Jackie Young has been dealing with an injury since Paris. We didn't know about this till last night when Holly Rowe told us. By the way, Holly Rowe, nasty journalism because Jackie told you not to tell nobody. Not cool, girl. Ooh. But then we have a split in Minnesota. Connecticut won game 1, but Minnesota comes back and wins game 2. Shout out to Alana Smith and Courtney Williams battling back and leading the charge. It was a physical game, a tough game, but Minnesota ends up winning the victory. A little fisticuffs, a little habber-jabber, a little fracas between Marina Mabry and Kayla McBride. Notre Dame on Notre Dame crime, but Minnesota comes out with the win, going to the Connecticut Sun. And also, too, the team that loses game 1 of a series at home usually is 12-1 in game 2s. But that doesn't mean nothing because game 3 is in Connecticut. But can Connecticut take the lead and take the advantage up 2-0 of theirs? We'll see.
Let me ask something first. Are they not required to disclose injuries in the WNBA?
Apparently not.
Because that doesn't feel like, yeah, I'm hurt, don't tell nobody. That's like a thing that doesn't really happen in professional sports.
Right.
Well, the WNBA operates in a different aspect because they also keep reporters accountable and they don't take no bullshit. And Hollywood.
Did you hear it that time?
Family show.
Oh, that one you got me.
Okay. All right. Anyway, real quick.
Really much. It was only 2 games.
Okay, we're gonna do submitted questions.
Real quick submitted questions. We got these here because Jose went behind my back and posted a post on the community page.
Well, hold on. Before you go into that, okay, we're gonna do this submit questions and we're gonna head over to Overtime Show. I'm gonna plug it one more time. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. All right, for as little as $5 a month, you can be a part of the Overtime Show. It's gonna be open mic night tonight. We're gonna talk about a few things and anything that you guys bring up in the chat. We'll discuss it. Okay. Also, we have a Discord. It operates just like this chat. You guys love it. We talk about all kinds of things in there. We have all kinds of different categories in there. All that for just $5. If you want to go up to the $10 tier, you can get a nice little coin just like this. All right. Very, very nice coin. You guys love it. So, consider being a Patreon member. Also sign up for our upcoming newsletter at LBHTShow.com. And B is trying to hold it in while I'm trying to plug our stuff. I told you about that. What did Chris say? He says, man, I'm out of here. Ferris is out of control.
That was on me.
I'm sorry.
LBHTShow.com. Go over there. Wait for the little box to pop up. Put your email address in there. All right. And get on the waiting list. The newsletter is going to be coming out soon. All right. And we got all kinds of announcements and things to put on there. We're not going to spam you. It's going to be a good newsletter. So sign up for it.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what it means when there's a wait list? It means it's worth it.
Yes.
Jay says, after last week, I learned that submitted questions are no longer wanted. No one said that, Jay. You're making things up. We have submitted questions right now. Just none from you.
He's about to put something in there right
now.
Right.
Too late. Okay. First question. Do you see Bryce Young starting again this season? And I'm going to say, again, no, I don't think so. I think it's Andy Dalton for the rest of the year. Then he has a question for the bald guy. Can Derrick Henry win MVP if he keeps this up?
Thanks, Coach.
That's the bald guy.
That would be Jose.
I'm the bald guy.
The one without the hair.
He's the guy with the hat.
No, I'm Panthers guy.
He's a Panthers
guy. Panthers fan. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Panthers fan, did you answer the question?
What's up, Coach? Coach said, who was the first question for? The first question was for me because I'm
for the Panthers fan. You cut his question off.
No, I didn't. I put it in there properly. No, it said, look, right there. Watch. It's coming around again. It says, do you see Bryce Young starting again this season? And that's the entire question. I answered the question, and then he said he had a question for the bald guy. And I wanted to make sure that because listen, there are multiple Ravens fans on the screen, so I wanted everybody to know who that one was directed to. There's only one Panthers fan here. There's only one Panthers fan here. To answer your other question, since Jose doesn't want to.
So this is the question. It says, question for the Panthers guy. Do you see Bryce Young starting again this season? Also a question for the ball guy. Can Derrick Henry win MVP if he keeps this up? You got to read the whole thing.
I didn't see that.
Come on, Panthers.
I don't think that Derrick Henry is going to win MVP. They don't give you MVP to running backs. Let's say, I don't think he. I mean, you weren't answering it, so I'm going ahead.
I was going to answer.
We don't think he's going to keep it up. We don't think he's going to have continue the production from the last couple of weeks. Keaton Mitchell coming back. They're going to have to throw the ball more, et cetera, et cetera. But let's say he does keep on going 120 yards a week, whatever it is. No, they don't give the award to running backs. They will find a quarterback to give it to. He ran for over 2,000 yards and didn't win MVP.
I think it's possible because didn't Adrian Peterson won it 1 year, right?
Yeah, but
that was coming off an injury.
No, he didn't. He didn't win MVP though.
Yes, he did. He did. He had the ACL tear, and he came back and ran for 2,000.
I'm gonna say because if this is hypothetical, if Derrick Henry keeps running the pace he's running, he can hit around 2,000 yards, right? And passing numbers are down this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be the year if he could do something, like that. I have a feeling he won't be in consideration.
Wow.
But
you are one game better than Andy Dalton, sir.
I think, yeah. All I heard was better. But I think if he could do that, yes, he could win MVP.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
They go to the sound effects. He couldn't contain himself.
Right.
He couldn't help.
I couldn't help it. Damn it. Damn you, coach, for saying the word hoodwinked.
All right. You guys have any thoughts?
Nah, I don't. I mean, like you said, it's a quarterback-driven award, and somehow they're going to give it to a quarterback, no matter what he does. I do think that he's going to get at least, if he keeps on his pace, 1,600 yards. I think they did the statistic that between he and Lamar Jackson, if they continue on his pace, the two of them are going to rush for 3,300 yards for the season. So even with that happening, Lamar will probably win it over him.
I think they would give it to Lamar over Derrick Henry. They'll give it to Sam Darnold over Derrick Henry. Right? They're not giving a 30-year-old running back MVP. Next up, our last submitted question from our guy Jeremy. Thank you very much. He says, Devontae Adams, and I'm just realizing I probably spelled that wrong. That's all right though. Requested a trade. Where do you think he goes?
Kansas City.
That's what everyone keeps saying, but
he's not in division. If they weren't in the same division, yes, I think he's going to New Orleans.
I think I normally I would agree with you, but when you have an incompetent organization, they do stupid things, and when you have a team as aggressive as the Chiefs, they're very intentional about winning. If you haven't noticed that. That's a real possibility.
Hey man, if Mark Jackson is like his dad, Mark Davis, I said Mark Jackson. If Mark Davis is like his dad, he wouldn't send him to the Chiefs out of spite.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know if he's not his dad, so he may be a Chief, but
depends on who offers the most.
Well, apparently it's they're asking for a minimum of a second.
Mm-hmm.
Another team to look at is the Steelers. They were trying hard to get Brandon Ayuk this offseason. They would give up the second, I think, to get Devontae Adams. That'd be trouble for us.
Yeah, I think he doesn't go anywhere. I think that teams probably just aren't going to want to give up the second plus that they're looking for and pay him because he does make a lot of money. There is the option to have Vegas eat some of that, but That's a broke boy that owns that team. So I think that he ends up not going anywhere, and he just has to sit in Las Vegas and deal with the consequences of his choices, of his actions. All right, you shouldn't have left Green Bay to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, I at first I thought they might not trade him, but because he's sitting out this next game, they might be ramping up for a trade. But there is one guy who really doesn't care about a second round pick, and that's Les Snead. And the Los Angeles Rams don't give two about a pick, and they're in need of a wide receiver.
Yeah, they need more. Well, they need more than they need like 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he stays put.
Yeah, I mean that LA shout, Hendo, you may be onto something.
All right, that's it. Okay, we did it. We did it under 2 hours. We were trying to get it under an hour and a half, but we'll do better next time. All right, everybody's links are in the description. All right, just click on each one of them, hit subscribe. It'll take you less than 60 seconds. Okay, that's for the whole crew. Okay, that's Hendo from the Roll Pod. That's Ferris from the Let's Get Ready Network and the Let's Get Ready Network Entertainment and the Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights. All right, so go over there, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more of them, I think both of them will be in the Overtime Show hanging out with us. All right. Patreon.com/LBHT Show is how you can find us right now. B looks like he's ready. You ready?
Very ready.
He is ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Patreon members, get ready. The Overtime Show is starting in a couple minutes. Everybody else, have a great night, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Salutations, brethren.